Ah, hello and welcome back to Tripp's Tales. Tonight, Island Walker, episode 15, Lost and Found. Erik stumbled out of the bar, his head pounding and spinning, the shadows of his friends growing closer yet blurrier, the ringing in his ears becoming louder. Outside the Island Walker, the figures were helping someone who was hunched over. They could barely walk, not that Erik could walk much better. When he could finally make out their faces, Bjorn noticed him and rushed over. "Erik, there you are, my friend. What happened to you? Are you okay?" Bjorn vigorously checked him for cuts and bruises. "Ow! I'm fine, Bjorn. I'm fine. I just got mugged." "What about that karate class you were talking about?" "I guess I just forgot." "You didn't lose my knife, did you?" Erik held the blade. Bjorn smiled. "Next time, use it." Erik nodded, looking past him into Alf. The blonde kid was probably 5 to 10 years his younger. Cuts and bruises perverted his body. He looked more like the shell of a worn-down piece of machinery than a man. Harold and Nora helped him to his feet as Bart rushed over to Erik. "Who did this? The Hofka Billets?" Bart asked. "No," Erik spat out. Some drunk who doesn't like tourists. I was lucky enough to outwit him before he could beat me to a pulp. Did you guys find anything?" He didn't want to give away that he knew exactly who they had found. "Find anything?" Bart repeated. "We found Alf!" The name almost made Erik hurl. I can't kill. Harold shushed Bart. "Shh! We can't be so open about this. Something sinister is upon us. Let's retire back to my place. Bjorn, help me grab Alf. Nora, stay here and enjoy the bar." "No, this just got interesting." "Nora!" "You don't want me to go blabbing now, do you? Anyone can be listening. Anyone." Fine. I guess I'm stuck with you. But you're still taking your car." Back in Harold's shack, the team sat around the drowsy Alf, barely awake. They had tried shaking him and pouring cold water over his head. The poor man was fast asleep. "What does this mean?" Bjorn asked. "We saw the mark of the Hofka Millets. They had him. If they are resourceful, then they would not have given him away so easily." "Unless this man is more dangerous than them," Nora suggested. I'm just saying that maybe they let him go. That thought puts me on edge." "You're not saying we let them back here, are you?" Harold asked. "We could have." "I, for one, hope they did follow. I could use some action. I'm not one for secrets and sneaking. And I did lay traps all over my property. And there's no way they could surprise us." "There were no traps laid out in the field when we were rolling around in the grass," Noah stated. "I set them up the moment you left for the last time, my dear." Harold gave her a snake-like grin. "Why? The biggest monster was inside the house." We're getting off track," Bjorn stated. Erik sat in silence, staring at Alf. He had nothing to say, and even if he did, he didn't have the energy to relay it. The world was spinning, and even though he wasn't the slightest bit inebriated, he felt as if he had a massive hangover. Why not just get drunk at this juncture? "Are you okay?" Bart grabbed his shoulder. "Were you drinking?" Erik shook his head. "Bart knows me too well. What am I going to do?" "Drink." Another part of his head piped in. "It will cover your tracks until you can cope." Somewhere else in the cabin, drops from a faucet fell. Drip, drip, drip. But to Erik, this wasn't water at all. "One drop couldn't do me any harm, right?" "Stop! No!" This voice was the loudest. The battle for his brain would have begun had it not been for Alf's first words. "Where am I? Who are you?" Alf, pure terror in his eyes, surveyed each face. "Wait, I recognize two of you. From the Island Walker, yeah," Nora piped in. It was quite the night." Alf smirked through his scars, yeah. "Wait, you were there that night too, but at the bar. I don't know, you three. What's going on?" "He is a friend. The two men next to each other, they're professors, scientists. They're looking for a Hafkafa for you. Nej, Hafkafa here. We know you've been to one, Alf. Erik started. He grew impatient, irritated with his pain. You were recruited by Eleanor, the person you sold the knife tip to. Do you remember where you saw it? Alf said nothing. So Erik grabbed him by the cuff of his shirt. Do you know how much shit we've been through, Lita Barn? Tell us! Bjorn grabbed Erik and set him back down. Calm down, Erik. This is not how we're going to get things done. Erik huffed, hurting, furious. This adventure had just gone a little too far. And did you just say Lita Barn? Bjorn was oddly proud of that. Alf, Bart started, is there anything you can tell us? Alf remained silent. Bjorn smiled. American interrogations are so inefficient and harsh. He turned to Alf. Look, we know about the Hafkafa millets, and that you were probably captured because you were on the Hafkafa. Cool. The professors would like to see what you saw. But we're not here to beat your mouth open. We simply want to be your friends and talk. If this is not what you want to discuss, then let us change the subject. You like sports, yeah? What about beer? Haha. I could go for a beer, Alf said plainly. Harold, what do we have? What don't we have? Harold grabbed a few cases, one open in his hand before re-entering the room. He tossed one to everyone except Nora and Erik. Real nice, Harold, Nora remarked. You have an alcohol intolerance. I should know. Stop making up drits. Nora snagged a can out of Harold's case and retook her seat. Erik played with the vial in his pocket, the vial intended for a kraken slime. The dripping echoed and boomed in his head. Drip, 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 drip. I'll take one! The room was quiet. What? Bjorn asked. Welcome to the party, Harold declared and threw him a beer. The drink felt heavily in his arms, his hands. But right. Too right. He was calmed already. Are you sure? Bjorn asked, surprisingly concerned. Are you ready? If not my sister Helga, if she was not ready, then she... I'm ready, Bjorn. I just got mugged. I think I deserve it. But don't let me have any more than one. Okay, but just be careful, Bjorn warned. The can hissed open, and Erik wasted no time in downing his liquid pleasure. Like a hidden part of him had been opened up. He felt more loose, more lively. He felt warm. He felt ready. I can do this. Yes, you can. The voice that had told him to drink was now satisfied. For now. Alf slurped his own drink and belched. You seem to be a good crowd. If I help you, will you help me disappear? I think I'm done with the Hafkafa. Well, after. With the water. Maybe a new life in America would be nice. Would you do that for me? Erik, on a completely empty stomach and still dysfunctional legs, stumbled over to Alf and placed a hand on his shoulder. Your secret dies with us. We'll help you disappear. Haha, yes. What will happen next time? We'll find out right here on Trips